There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crafty Hour number 27. So I'm going to give everybody kind of a moment to get signed on and get coming, and we'll see how you guys are going. So welcome. Thursday night here with Kourtney from Scrapbook-N-Memories for Crafty Hour number 27. This kit is the kit that has the Hunky-Dory, the super cute little gnomies. They were so much fun and so adorable. So hello, everybody. See everybody jumping on. Good afternoon. I guess evening. We're not in afternoon anymore. We're in evening. Good evening, everybody. I hope you guys had a chance to catch the noon one with Diane with Clipper Street with her adorable cards that she did this morning. If not, remember, you can go to Clipper Street's Facebook page and you'll find it there. And then always, if you go to the Crafty Hour Creations private Facebook group we have, and if you click on events, all upcoming events that we've posted and all past events are on there too. So you can always find all the videos and get caught up there. All right, so we're working with the gnome kit, and we there were some add-on items that are available for these too, so we can't wait to see what you guys do with the extra add-ons that were available. There was the 8x8 pad, the acetates, the card inserts, and then of course the toppers. So if you're needing more of any of those bits and pieces and didn't grab them yet, then check with your home store and you can grab those additional items to create even more cards. Okay, hello. Oh, I love it, Frida. Hello to all my crafty mates. Yes, all of our Crafty Hour friends. All right, so welcome everybody. We're just going to be doing 2 cards because I think I got a little carried away and a little over jealous on this one because we're going to do 2 interactive cards. So I want to focus on the templates, focus on the cards, and we should have time to get decorated to them too. I will post the cutting guides afterwards, so you guys will have that over in the Crafty Hour Creations Facebook group. So make sure to look for that. No, Linda, the card inserts were an extra, like an add-on item. They were not in the kit. So we had extra add-on items. If you wanted to purchase additional of, you could get those. So the first card that we're going to kind of do is what I call a triple side step card. We're going to do this guy right here. I feel with Hunky-Dory that Hunky-Dory cards are very big. They're very large, so they lend to interactive and they lend to bigger cards with layers and stuff. So that's kind of where I went with this. So there's our side stepper, our triple side stepping card we're going to do. And then I guess I always seem to have a theme, and I guess my theme this time is 3s. So we're going to do a triple panel easel. So all of these guys are going to pop up. See, I always have a theme. My twofers, my triple panels, my gift cards. I don't know. It just happens. I don't plan this. It just happens, and I go with a theme. So anyways, here's our triple panel. So this is what we're going to create too. So like I said, Hunky-Dory are big, so I just think it leads to all these fun, big, interactive cards, and these are 5x7, so they will, except for maybe my little things that stick off the top, because you know I always stick things off the top, they will fit in a 5x7 envelope. So let's get cracking. We're going to get started. So the first one we're going to do is this one right here. Now, this is the template. And I was kind of telling you guys about this a while ago. I always make what we call sloppy copies. That's Christina, sloppy copies. So I always make these templates and I leave them in, like, here's my template for my twofer. I always leave them in a little box or something. So when I'm wanting to design a card, I can go back to that template and it has everything in there. So these this is what we're going to do. I will post a photo of this, but I like to make the templates because I can go off these templates and remember what I'm doing and follow them. I was finding that I was keeping all of my pretty cards to always have one sample, and I'm like, this is dumb. I need to give them. So I make a sloppy copy that this will be my sample. So let's work on that. So what I told you to do was grab a piece of blue cardstock. Now, if you want, what we're going to do is be building this card base. So if you want, you could also use the cardstock that was in your kit that had foiling and snowflakes and things like that on there. You totally use that too. So the first thing we need to do is cut our cardstock down. I'm using my Dress My Craft trimmer. I also like the Spellbinders trimmer. That's the one I have at the store. It has a cutter and a scorer on there. And I like this because I can do both. And this is going to come in very handy for doing these cards. So the first thing we need to do, and let me see if I can get my template and everything in the camera at once. The first thing we need to do is cut our cardstock. And we need to cut our cardstock. Let me keep just scrolling over here. There's never enough room, you know? Never enough room. Let me keep scrolling. How are we doing? We got measurements. Okay, so we need to cut our cardstock 7 by 10. 7 by 10 is what we're going to cut our cardstock to. So I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. I'm going to put it in my trimmer. I'm going to the 7-inch mark. If you have a 12 by 12 piece of paper, great. That'll work too. So I'm going to slice it at 7. We're not going to use this off cast for anything. So you can throw that in a pile for scraps for later. So we got our 7 inches. We're going to flip it and do 10 inches. So when we fold that in half, that gives you a 5 by 7 card. 5 by 7 card. Okay. So there's our piece of paper. We've got a 7 by 10 piece of cardstock. Okay, so what we're going to do first is cut. And some of you guys might want to watch and come back and do it. And then that way you can pause and replay it. But I like this trimmer that has the measurements on it. So this is going to help me with this cutting. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your piece of paper like this. Okay, and like I said, you might just want to watch and then come back, or get a piece of paper you don't like and do it as a sloppy copy, and then that way you have the measurements. So what we're going to do is this right here. We're going to do these cut marks. So red means we're cutting it, which also on my trimmer, the blade is red. So that's cut, cut. Cut is red. So we're going to go to our 2.5 inch mark on our trimmer, okay? So our piece of paper is at 2.5 inches. And I'm going to slide this over so you guys can kind of see it. So I'm going up and down. My paper is up and down. So you're going to go to 2.5 inches. What we're going to do is we're going to score, and this is where the measurement's going to come in handy on your trimmer. We are going to score, or cut, sorry, we're cutting from the 2 inches all the way down to 7 inches. This is where you're going to want to use your blade. So I'm going to put my blade. It has a little tick mark right there. I can see the 2 inch mark. I'm going to put my blade down and I'm going to press. This is 2 inches. I'm going to slide it down to 7 inches. Okay. So I've now cut my paper. I have a slit that goes from the 2 inch mark down to the 7 inch mark. Okay, that's where these trimmers come in very handy with the measurements and grid on the outside. So you can do that. Okay, so that's the first one. We're going to lay it back in the trimmer. This time we're going to go to the 4 3/4 of an inch mark. 4 3/4. Okay, we're at 4 3/4. And I promise this is simple. Simple once you kind of have your sloppy copy to kind of go with and follow, it'll make sense. So again, we're starting at the 2 inch. So I'm going to put my blade to the 2 inch. I'm going to press, and this time we're going to slide down to the 6 inches. We're sliding down to 6 inches. So we're going from 2 to 6. I went a hair over, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, so from 2 to 6. So now what we have is these 2 slices on our piece of paper. Now we're going to move that cutter out of the way. No more cutting, no more red. As Deanna says, red means danger, so no more danger. We're going to flip our piece of paper now. So this is the 2-inch spot right here. So we had our paper in here like this. We're just rotating it to the left. And this is our 2-inch. So now what we're going to do is score. And when we score, we're going to score in 1-inch increments. But we're going to have stop and start points for our scoring. So our first score is 2 inches. So I'm going to put my piece of paper at 2 inches. And we're going to score from the bottom up to that second red line. Up to the second red line. And that's where you're just going to look through the top of your trimmer. And you're just going to score until you see your little tick mark on your scoring blade line up with your cut blade. If you go a hair over, that's okay. So we got our 2-inch score. Now we're going to go over to 3 inches. For 3 inches, we're only going to score in between the 2 danger zones. So in between our 2 cut marks, we're going to score at 3 inches. So I'm going to put my my scorer up to my cut line, and then I'm just going to score, score, score. And I usually go back and forth 2 or 3 times, give it a little bit of pressure. But it is only scoring in between our 2 cut marks. See how that? We're just going 1 inch each time, but we're scoring in different places. Does that make sense? Okay, so our next mark is 4 inches. Now our 4-inch mark is just going from the bottom to our first cut line. Excuse me. Hold on, I have a thingy here. Got a dry throat. Okay, so we're at 4 inches, and we're going to score from the bottom of our paper to the first cut line. Bottom of the paper to the first cut line. Okay? Now we're going to go over to 5 inches. Our 5-inch is going to be just from the top to our score line. Okay? Our top to the score line. Okay? Top to score, top to score. I love this trimmer that has the scorer and the cutter. Just makes life so much easier. Okay, now we're going to scoot over to the 6-inch. 1 inch every time. 6-inch is going to be, again, in between the 2 cut lines. Okay, in between the 2 cut lines. So we're going to line it up and then just go. So like I said, the Dress My Craft trimmer and the Spellbinders trimmer both have this cutter and scorer on it, which is fabulous. It is a good investment, and they're not that expensive. They're great. Okay, then our last one is going to be 7 inches. And 7 inches is going to go from the bottom to the first cut line. Okay? Bottom to first cut line. And that's it. Bottom to cut line. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of I always turn my template however I have my paper, because it kind of helps me do things. This line right here is our 5-inch line. So that's going to be our card. This one is going to fold up. So we have a mountain there, okay? These back guys are also going to be mountains. So I'm just kind of fold them up and fold them up. Okay, so we have mountain, mountain, mountain. And then this guy, of course, is going to be a valley into a mountain. And this guy is a valley into a mountain. Then the whole card is going to fold down on itself. And the hard part's over. That's it. And then I'm just going to take my Teflon bone folder and just fold these really good. Just kind of crease them. I do it from the inside and the out. Okay, is anybody crafting along, or is everybody watching? Because if everybody's just watching, I can kind of go faster. If you're crafting along, I'll make sure to go slow. But there you go. Now we have, I know you guys didn't trust me. There's 7 by 5. 5 by 7 card. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I had you guys pre-cut homework. I know I never assign homework, but I assigned homework this time because I thought we don't need to waste time cutting gold paper. So I had you guys cut gold paper because that will be our little mats that go in here for our pieces. So our first gold paper, oh, thank you, Evelyn. She's crafting along with me. Cat sitting. Uh-oh, forgot your kit. That's okay. Watching, yes. Making a template, yes. Perfect, Dan. Yes. Make a template because this, and I will post a photo of this. This is the easiest thing to do. Have kind of your dash marks for your score lines, your red lines for your danger cut lines, and then all your measurements, and it's all right there. So it's easy to go back to. Perfect. Yay, we have people crafting along. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to put down our foil pieces. I had you homework cut one that was 2 1/8 by 4 7/8. That was homework. That guy's going to go right here. It's going to get glued right there with that little rim of blue all the way around it. And I'm just using the Helmar 450 because finally we have those back in stock. And I love this glue because it gives me my wiggle room. If I put it on and I'm like, oop, that's crooked, or oop, I need to move it, this glue gives you your wiggle room. Okay, so there's that piece. The next piece is that one right there. The next piece I had you cut was the 1 7/8 by 4 3/4. Oh, perfect. I got lots of girls crafting along. Thank you, Judy. So I won't go fast as lightning then. We'll keep the pace going. Okay, 1 7/8 by 4 3/4. So that was homework to cut. I'm getting fingerprints all over my stuff. I didn't use the textured gold because I was out of it at home. I need to purchase a whole pack of it because, well, I use that texture on everything. Okay, so we're going to put that on. That, don't worry about it. I'm going to butt it up to that piece right there. We're going to cover that crack, so don't worry about it. We're cover the crack. So don't worry about that, but you're just going to butt it up so you have blue at the top, side, and bottom. So now we've created an L. You could probably very craftily figure out how to cut the L on your trimmer, but I'm not going to waste time. Okay, our next piece is the 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Judy's laughing at me. And that piece, oh, my crack, yes, haha. I get it. I gotta behave. Deanna might fire me. We're gonna put that guy in there and he just slides right in that stair step, okay? Right in that stair step. I got pin marks on there, but I don't know why I'm trying to clean it because my paper is gonna cover it anyways. Okay, so there's that piece. And then the last piece, and mine's short because, like I said, I ran out of cardstock. Yours is going to be 2 3/8 by 2 7/8. And mine's short because, well, I cut it wrong. But it will be fine. This piece is going to slide right in there. And you won't even notice mine's short because it's hidden behind the layers. So that little piece is going to go right in there. That's the 2 3/8 by 2 7/8. Okay, we're doing good on time. Look at us go. I was a little nervous. I'm like, I think I'm getting too carried away. I probably should have done this. I probably should have done this as a Christmas extravaganza class, because that'll be longer, not an hour, but I think we'll make it work. Ooh, that's crooked. Okay. Everybody got those glued on so far? How are we doing? Doing good? What can I put on my 12-inch ruler? Say once sit in just so you can see the numbers better. I just put black acrylic paint on the back side of it because these are engraved. I just took my Tim Holtz blending tool, buffed acrylic paint in it, and then wiped off the excess. Okay, so you're going to grab this piece of paper. Grab this piece of paper from your pack. And we're going to start doing some layers. I wanted to save this guy for something later. So we're going to flip him up. We're going to cut him off, and we're going to use this portion, since most of it's going to get covered anyways. So we're going to put that in our trimmer. And we're going to cut that piece off. Okay, so I'm going to put it at 7 inches. 7 inches. And we're going to cut that so we can use this later. Okay? Use it for something else. We're not going to use it on this project, but we're going to cut that off. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do is we're going to cut this, and I want the pretty part down at the bottom. Okay? So we got to cut this part first. And when I cut mine, I didn't want to waste the stuff at the top, so I do creative cutting. And if you guys don't want to do creative cutting, that's okay. But I'm going to kind of show you how to do creative cutting to get more bang for your buck since you have the trimmers on here. So we're going to flip this over. Okay, we're going to flip it so the glitter is at the top. Glitter is at the top. Okay, and we're going to put it at 2 inches. 2 inches. And then we're going to cut it down to 4 3/4. So we're going to go down here until our line goes to 4 3/4. 4 3/4. Then we're going to open it up. We're going to go to 4 3/4 over here. We're going to cut down to 2. And now what we did is we cut exactly the piece we needed, and we didn't cut straight through this and waste all that cardstock. Okay? So we cut just that guy right there. Isn't that creative? Okay, so that guy is going to go right here. So you have a little bit of gold all the way around it. And I'm not going to glue it right yet because we'll just glue them all at once, okay? Then this next piece we want this piece right here, okay? We're going to put him in the trimmer sideways because we want this. And this one we're going to go ahead and slice it all off. And we're going to do it at 1 3/4. So it's 1 3/4 tall. 1 3/4. We're going to flip it and do 4 3/4. Okay. So now we've created our L. Okay. And this is going to get hidden by the house, so you're never going to see your crack. Haha. No exposed cracks. We're going to hide it. Okay, so go ahead and we're going to glue those pieces down. So by using your trimmer and using the measurements that are on your trimmer, on the blade side and the top side, it gives you less waste in your cardstock because you're not cutting all the way through it. You're not cutting all the way through it, and you're saving your cardstock pieces. Okay, so we're going to glue that on. This piece is trash. I'm not going to save that. I agree. I think for the ruler, black is the best because it's the darkest. I do have two rulers. I have a white one for my dark colored papers, and I have a black one for my light colored papers because it is clear. That way you can see it on your different layers and cardstocks. Okay, so there are those two pieces right there. Okay, so now we're going to do these two pieces back here, and they are just going to be blue snowflakes. Just blue snowflakes. So that way we can save this pretty for something else. Save it for another card, save it for something else. Okay, so we're going to do our creative cutting again. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do 2 inches. So I go over to 2 inches, and I'm going to come down to 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Okay? Then I go back over to 2 3/4, and I'll just slice it up to that line. And then there's my little piece. So not wasting anything. And then our next one is 2 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to go 2. Flip it over. 2 1/4. Because my pattern is continuing. 2 1/4, and I'm going to go to 2 3/4. Now, you don't have to do this creative cutting if you don't want to. I'm just doing it so I save paper, and I thought it'll be something else to kind of show you. So I got my 2 inches, go back to 2 3/4. Sorry, that was 2 1/4. And now I've got that piece. And now I have a good piece right here that I can use for something else because I didn't cut all the way through it. And then these little guys, if I did my measurements right, haha, I did, are going to get glued on top of that gold. And they're going to go kind of peekabooing. Make sure they both work before I put glue on it. Peekabooing down in those pockets. Perfect. All right, are we doing good? Does it make sense? Does my flipping the paper and using the measurements, my little trick, make sense? You also, I learned that actually from a customer like years and years and years ago. She told me, she said, did you know you can get 4 5x7s out of a piece of 12x12 paper? And I'm like, no, you can't. That math just doesn't add up. It does add up. If you flip it, rotate it, flip it, rotate it, flip it, you can get 4 5x7s out of a 12x12 piece of paper, and you end up with a piece of scrap that's like a 1x1 block. It was like magic. It was like an aha moment. Rotating your paper and using those measurements on your trimmer. Put them on there for a reason for us, right? Okay. There we go. Oh, we are doing good. I got 3 minutes for this card still. I think the next one might go faster because this one was the most complicated, but okay, we got that. All right, so now let's find our adorable little punch outs. Are these guys not the cutest thing ever? I saw these and I'm like, oh, I'm calling dibs on this one because I want to build a scene with it. So we're going to take out the house. Love the little house. I love this little guy that's like waving. I just love them all. They're all cute. They are adorable gnomes. Sometimes you get scary gnomes, but these are cute gnomes. So we want that little guy there. We want a little bird that is flying. This one right here. One flying to the right. Oops, I got a hanging Chad. The Florida thing. Okay, there's my little birdie. The deer. Want this little deer down here. Yeah, get a scrap piece of paper and do it. You can get 4 5x7s. It's like magic. It really is. Get a scrap piece of paper and give it a whirl. Our little fox down here facing to the right. Our little guy waving. He's like, hey, look at me, look at me. Here I am. We want that guy. He's like jumping out and waving at us. They are adorable. They are so much cute. And I'm not sure about Deanna, but I know our store still has some more of the luxury toppers and the foil cardstock, the acetate, and the 8x8 pads. So we have all of the kind of accessories, and we have more of these card topper pages in stock. So if you're needing more, or if you missed out and didn't get a Crafty Hour kit, we do have those pieces. We are sold out of the Crafty Hour kits. We are sold out of those, but we do have all the toppers and stuff. Okay, and then we want the little from gnome to yours. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me see what that's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's all of our pieces. All of our pieces. Okay? All of our pieces. So now, you know, we got to get our pop dots out and our foam dots out. And I like to use high, medium, and low foam dots. It just is fun. So we're going to start with our house. Let's put this guy up here. We're going to start with the house. The house is going to kind of go in here overlapping. When you put the house on, make sure you don't put any pop dots. They're going to end up right here. So what I did is I took this is the low one. This is my low one, and I put one right there because I know if I put it on the back of the house, I'm going to accidentally put it off. I'm going to put one on the bottom, and I'm going to put one up this side right here. So then when I match all these together, these should be good. Okay. And then I like to overhang my things a little bit. If you want to have yours in your card, perfect. It's your card. Do whatever you want. But I don't overhang the bottom because I want my card to sit up. If you overhang the bottom, you're going to have you're going to have a rocking card. Which might be fine. Rocking, that's a new thing. Okay, that's my low, and then I'm going to get my medium pop dots, and I'm going to cut these apart. And now we're going to start adding guys. So we're going to add Santa, and I just kind of build my layers. So I'm going to put pop dots here on the side, so I have my medium ones here. And then he's going to be touching the gingerbread house. So I'm going to put a low one over here. So a low one and a high one. Got to have some dimension. Okay. And we're just going to overlap him on the house like that. Adorable. I love the little sign that said from our gnome to yours, and I kind of put it in his hand. So I kind of put it where it looks like it's over the doorway, but then it also kind of looks like he's pointing at it. So I thought that was kind of cute. We've got a little bird. I'm going to put a lower one on that little bird. And by mixing the low, mediums, and highs, it just kind of builds a little bit more of a scene, a little bit more interest and layers. I'm going to put the little birdie up there. Then we're going to put this fox down here. And I'm going to put the pop dot right there next to the house. And then I'm going to put the fox right on top of that. There's my fox. All right, we're down to the deer. Deer, oh dear. He's going to go right in here. So I'm going to put a foam right on his butt. And then one kind of right behind his head. Making sure he's not overlapping the gnome because I want him at the same layer. We're going to slide that in there like that. See, not adorable? And then we got this guy. He's like, wait, don't forget about me. Ah! He's going to jump back here. I want to put him out here. He's like, surprise. He's going to be jumping out from behind there. So let's put some pop dots on him too. He's like, don't forget me. And he's going to tuck right in there. Kind of waving, and there we go. And then I left this one blank. That way you can put your sentiment, you can sign it, you can put your name on it. So that way you can have a place to put something. So there is card number 1. Woohoo! And look at that. I'm only 4 minutes over, but I'm going to say that was 4 minutes of hellos at the beginning. So we are right on schedule. Okay? Look at that. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, thank you. So that's card number 1. And I'm calling that a triple step card. And like I said, I will take a picture of this and post it in the Crafty Hour 27 album. Okay? Along with the photos of those. All right. I hope you guys that were crafting along got that one finished. So our next one, let me find a place to scoot this for a second. Is our triple, remember, going with the theme here, our triple panel easel. Triple panel easel. So it does lay flat, whoop, and then we have pop, pop, pop. So you have your little easel that pops up, and then you do have the inside that you can put your sentiment or something to. These are your stoppers. That's what's going to hold your little pieces up. Is that not adorable? Cute. Okay, so again, I made another cheat sheet. So these are my cheat sheets. Like I said, I've been making these. I keep them on hand, and they just help me out. So if I'm like, oh, I'm stuck. What should I make? I don't know what to do. Ooh, I'll make this. Then I have it. Okay? So then we have it. Okay, so you're going to grab your red piece of cardstock. Or like I said, if you had some foil ones in the kit and you want to grab those foil ones, feel free to do that. Those were beautiful too. Grab whatever you want. So we have to cut our cardstock base to 6 3/4 by 10. 6 3/4 by 10. Okay, so we're going to cut that. So 6 3/4 by 10. And then this, you can throw to the side for something later. We're not going to use it. So there's your card, 6 3/4 by 10. The first thing we're going to do is very similar to what we did the other. We're going to follow this template, and we're going to kind of choo-choo-choo train it down. So the first thing we're going to do is score it at 5 inches. So we're going to go to 5 inches, and we're going to score it in half. Okay? We've scored it. There's our template. Now we're going to rotate it, because now we have to cut. And I did red lines, red trimmer, red blade, cut, danger, whatever you want to call it, on that. So now we are going to cut from the top down to our score line, top down to our score line. See, it's easier to do the one first, and then you just follow to it. So we're going to go to 2 1/4. 2 1/4 is our first one. And we're going to score, not cut, score from the top. Or sorry, nope, cut. Cut. Score, cut from the top down to 5 inches, or that score mark. Okay, so cutting it. Okay, there's our first flapper. Our second one we're going to cut, we're going to go to 4.5. 4.5. Okay, and we're going to cut down to that score line or down to that 5-inch line. Okay, so now we cut. Then at this point, I found it's the easiest to go ahead and fold it in half. So then when we score these wings or these triangles, whatever you want to call them, it's easier to have it scored. That way we have these guys out of the way. Okay. So now what we're going to do on each wing, we are going to score it from tip to tip. And then this guy's going to fold under. So we're making 2 triangles. Does that make sense? We're going to score it from top to bottom. So I found it easiest to open the one wing. There's my wing. And I'm going to line up this tip in the track and that tip in the track. So I've got my 2 tips in the track of my trimmer, and I'm going to score. Okay, so now I've got my score line. Oops, let me try rescoring that. I didn't go very deep because I had my cardstock down here off of my mat. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to open up the next one. Ooh, look, it kind of looks like it's flipping you off. Oh, I'm just full of them tonight, ain't I? And then we're going to go to the top, and we're going to go from tip to tip and scoring again. Okay, tip to tip. Then we're going to close that one, close that middle finger down, open it up, repeat with the last one. Repeat with the last one. Okay, how are we doing? You guys getting it? See, I think we did pretty good. We did pretty good. Okay, now we need to fold these guys all under. So they're all going to get folded under and creased. So we're just fold it under and crease. Fold it under. Don't tell Deanna. She might fire me. She'd be like, girl, what were you talking about? And I'll be like, I don't know. Once my mouth starts talking, I just don't know what the words that come out of my mouth some days. Like Jackie Chan. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? No, I do not. Okay, so then we have something that looks like that. So these are our little guys that are going to go on top. How cute and simple is that? Dook, dook, dook. Dook, dook, dook. Okay, so time to decorate. So we're going to start with the inside piece. Inside piece is going to be this one. It has this brown kind of gingerbread looking stuff on it. This guy right here. And we're going to cut this off. We're going to use this portion right here. Okay? Let me find my measurements for this one. Doop, doop, doo. I don't think I did the inside one. So inside is 4 7/8. I did not. 4 7/8 by 6 5/8. Okay, so when we cut it, we're going to flip it upside down because we want to use this portion. So we're going to do 4 7/8 with the brown. So we're cutting off the gingerbread house. Use that guy for something later. 4 7/8. And then I'm going to cut off the white part. I wanted all blue on the inside of my card, so we're cutting that off. So this is going to go to 6 5/8. 6 5/8. And the 5/8 is hard to find on here, so I go backwards. 7, 6, 5. 7, 6, 5. and I'm going to hold my breath and pray that's the right size. And these I did not do gold foil on because I kind of felt like it didn't need it. Perfect. Okay, so then that is going to go right on the inside. Right on the inside. Oops. It's about time for my refill. Make sure our hearts are right side up. We don't want those upside down. Okay, there's that piece. All right, there we go. So the next piece we need to look for is this piece right here. And what we're going to use is just this blue portion. So I kind of cut these guys off so you could use them for later and they didn't go to waste. So I'm just going to put it in my trimmer and make sure everybody is clear of the cutting track and just slice them off. So that way you can use that for something else. Save those guys. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to build the pieces that go on here. Okay, we're building these pieces. So it's going to be, we're going to flip our thing upside down and we're going to do 4 3/4. 4 3/4 by 2. 4 3/4 by 2. And we're going to cut 3 of these. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. And 1 for good luck. Okay, so we have 3 of these. Now we have to cut them because we're going to cut them so they mat onto here. So see, we'll have our red all the way around the outside. So we have to cut them on the exact same angle as our scored piece so they'll line up. And trust me, I've cut my triangles backwards before, and no matter how many times you flip and flop them, they're not going to work. So you're going to put it on your trimmer and again line up that top piece with the bottom piece. Line it up in the track of your trimmer and slice. So then you're going to end up with 2 triangles, and then these triangles are going to go right on those red panels. Perfect, just like that. Okay, got one there and got one there. That way your card will fold. If you cover up that fold, it's not going to fold properly. Okay, so do that to all 3. All 3 of those. Uh-oh, I might run out of time. These are 2 by 4 3/4. 2 by 4 3/4. And you're going to cut 3 of them out. 3 of them. I think we'll make it. We're on the home stretch. I get a couple minutes over. Okay, so I like to keep these guys together just in case they don't line up. And we're going to glue these triangles onto our red piece. And then as I'm gluing these, I'll just kind of remind you guys that the next Crafty Hour will go live tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Pacific on our Facebook page, on our websites. And Deanna will has a live scheduled to do the live announcement on our Facebook pages at 11 o'clock. And then during that live, we will be posting the links to Clipper Street and the links to Scrapbook-N-Memories. That way you guys can register for the next Crafty Hour. The next Crafty Hour will be our last Christmas one. It will be our last Christmas Crafty Hour for this year. For what year are we in? 2023. Anybody forget what year we're in? I cannot believe we're almost in November. In my head, it is still August. And the weather that we're having here makes me feel like we're still in August. Totally does not feel like next week is November. crazy. Okay, I'm gonna glue all these guys on. And we will only have one crafty hour in December. We know you guys are probably busy and got a lot of stuff going on. So normally we do 2 crafty hours a month, but I think we're looking at just doing 1 crafty hour in December. Okay, how's everybody doing? Are we doing good? We're almost there. Just have some guys to embellish. And we're on there. And hopefully everybody grabbed their crafty hour kits and they're crafting along, or you guys are going to grab it back on the replay. Remember to post your cards and inspirations over in the Crafty Hour Creations Facebook group. And we've built albums because people said they can't seem to find things sometimes. So if you're posting your projects, post them in the corresponding albums. That way people can find them or kind of keep track of which ones they are. Because we love seeing what you're creating, and we love to see if you copied exactly what we did, and then we love to see if you did your own thing, and then your scraps. Oh my gosh, so many great ideas you guys have been posting with your leftovers and your scraps, and love seeing all those too. So keep posting away. Okay, so now we have to go hunt for some more things in our die cuts. So in our die cut sheet, we're going to take this guy. I love the shape of these guys. I just thought these were so much fun. And I'm obsessed with this guy that's like waving. So we need a tall one, a medium one, and a small one. So I use that one for my tall one. There's only one medium one, so we're going with her. And then your small one, use whatever you want. I went with this little girl because I kind of thought it was cute to have a girl, and then little guy waving. And then you're going to need these little birds. These are your stoppers. Those will be your little stoppers. But I love this shape where it's rounded on 2 sides and pointed on the other 2 sides. It's like, ooh, I don't know if I want a squared corner or if I want a rounded corner. Let's do both. So I do love this style. It's kind of fun. Okay, and then we want the little I'll be gnome for Christmas. So those are the guys off of here that we're going to use. And we'll put those down first. So when we put them down, we're going to start with this girl. I kind of designed it so when you put it down, everybody's within the parameter. So originally when I did it, I had the tall guy at the top, the medium guy in the middle, and the short guy in the front. And then when I folded my card down, this guy stuck out that far. And I thought, well, that ain't going to work. It's not going to fit in an envelope. So as we're doing it, I did my medium, my large, and my short girl at the top. She hangs over a little bit, but just a hair. So we're doing that. Oh, thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, thank you. It's kind of my first time playing with this style card. So this little girl's going to go on first. We're going to glue her down here. And when you glue her, I'm just gluing her flat because we're going to pop the other pieces. Make sure you only put glue at the bottom portion, because if you put glue at the top, you're going to glue your fold and then she won't fold. So you just want glue at the bottom so she kind of tucks up. Does that make sense? Don't put any glue right here. Okay. And then we're going to go the tall guy, and I just kind of laid him in here. I'm going to go the short one next, so that way I can kind of lay her in. Again, just put the glue at the bottom. And then I just come in a little bit, come up and in a little bit to glue her on. And then same thing for this guy. Fine line here, a little bit bigger there. And I'm just going to kind of lay him in So he's overlapping, but yet you can still see the other characters. We want to still be able to see everybody. And we still want our card to lay flat so you can mail it if you want to mail it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so next up, we're going to punch out some more pieces. Oh my gosh, I think we're doing excellent on time here. Excellent. I was getting nervous. Okay, so we need some cute little pieces. We want this cute little fox down here. She's adorable. Cute little fox. We want the heart that has the stripes on it. Little heart stripes. I love these. These were just like build a scene, and I fell in love with this page. This little bird right here, kind of sitting. There's some presents that are stacked up. We want the little presents. Okay. We want this little girl here. And then right next to her is Merry and Bright. We're going to punch that out too. So kind of interweaving these two layers. There, Merry and Bright. Then we want the heart with the polka dots. And then the bunny down here with the skates. All right. And then now we're going to build our scene. And when I build them, I'm putting pop dots behind all these characters. So they're all going to have pop dots on them. And I'm just using my, my normal height ones. These are kind of what I call my mediums. Kind of chop some of those up. So we have some littler ones. So we've got our little bunny on a skates. And all these are going to be popped. Our bunny on the skate. Our cute little heart with the polka dots. Ooh, did I cut that pop dot small enough? Sure. Okay, that's the first one. Then I'm just going to open it up to kind of move that out of the way. Then our next one, we've got the presents that we'll put down in the corner. Like I said, if you missed out on getting Crafty Hour, don't miss out on the next one. We go live and they do sell out pretty quick. So make sure to get your Crafty Hours ordered, because it never fails. We always come up with some kind of cute little project, and you don't want to miss out. And like I said, I don't know if Deanna has any left, but I know we do at Scrapbook-N-Memories. If you're wanting any, we're out of kits, but if you're wanting any more of the luxury topper sets, which are these guys, the punch out pieces, if you're wanting any more of the acetate or the foils or the inserts and the 8x8 pad, the bonus pad, we do have all those in stock right now, but very limited quantities. So if you're wanting them, I would say jump on the website tonight and grab those because they will go quick. Merry and Bright. Okay, so that's that panel. And then we're going to flip her open. Whoops, I flipped too many panels. And then we have the cute little fox again. Cute little foxy girl. Pop her down there. And then we've got the little heart. Ooh, and I'm going to put a low pop on that one because it's itty bitty. So I'm just going to cut one of my low guys. And all of the little foam dots and rolls I use are all the ones by Scrapbook Adhesive 3L. That's what Deanna uses too. We both love them. They have the squares, the strips, the rolls. They have everything you need. Okay, so there's those. And now we have to put our stoppers on. Oh my gosh, and I have 3 minutes. I am doing so well. I'm so proud of myself. So we have first, I'll Be Gnome for Christmas. That's going to go along the bottom. And I put the the medium pops on this, or you can put the high ones. You don't want to do the low ones because you want to have enough height that it works as a stopper. So when you pop your guy up on your easel, it gives you a little stopper. So you want to make sure you have room for your stopper. The next ones I put in, what I did is we're going to put the foam on the back. And then I just kind of popped it up until it looked like it was at the height I wanted it. And then I just laid my bird down like that. Okay. So I just kind of pop it to where I want it and then pop that little bird down. I did them all straight. At first I had them at angles and it looked a little wonky to me. And I went back and redid it. Okay. Whoops, you go back on there. All right, there we go. There we have it. There are our 2 interactive. I can't believe I did it. I'm kind of proud of myself. I got it done in, as my husband say, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back. I got done 2 pretty intensive, I think, interactive kind of easel interactive cards. So thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoy these for our Crafty Hour 27. If you missed Diane's presentation today, make sure to go into the event section and you'll see it there, and you can catch her on the replay. So thank you so much for joining us for another Crafty Hour. Thank you for trusting the process and crafting along and following along, and we cannot wait to see what you guys create and come up with. So Crafty Hour will go live tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Pacific. Tune in. We've already created an event. Click that you're going to event. That way you'll get the reminder from Facebook when we go live to reveal and announce the next Crafty Hour. Registration will open at that time, and we will post links in the comment section so you can go to our Facebook pages and sign up. So thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Thank you so much for crafting along. Thank you for all the kind words and all the hearts, and you guys are what makes this amazing, and this is why we love doing the Crafty Hours. So thank you so much, and have a fabulous night.